Beautiful, beautiful morning here in the African village, and I just like doing these morning walks. So when I'm in the African village, I actually do these morning walks, and you can see the sun is shining very early in the morning here. Yeah, the sun is out and everything looks good. So I'm just doing my morning walks here in the African savannah, and today is on a Saturday. That's where you won't see many people outside, mostly in the morning time, but if it was in a weekday, you could see kids going to school. Yeah, wow, look at this. Now, interesting, here I am in this estate that is carved in the middle of the African savannah. Let me show you something. Like when I keep walking like this, yeah, you see, that is the estate, and I'll be going towards that direction. But when I keep walking like this, you'll see what I mean. I'll be getting out of this estate. You see this estate there? This one here? Then from here, it is just carved in the middle of the African savannah. Look at that. Look at that. And these savannah grasslands, these vast grasslands, they go upwards to Namanga. You see these grasslands? Here's where the Maasai's graze their cattle. And these, they go and go up to Tanzania, our neighboring country. So this is the vast African savannah. So I like this place because I just walk like 1 kilometer in the estate, and I find myself in the deepest of the African savannah. As you can see, this is the African savannah with the vast grasslands. And in many occasions, I've met gazelles here, I've met ostriches here, I've met zebras, and I hear lions do occur, but it's not a normal occurrence here. But what is here also is hyenas, and I hear they kind of hide, you know, they kind of hide in them holes. So it's not a place you can walk at night. But during the day, look at this! Whoa! Vast grasslands in the African savannah. So here you just hear the birds chirping. Look at this in the morning. Birds chirping. This is what you get here. Birds chirping. And that's why I like, you know, doing these morning walks here when I come to this place. When I come to this place every morning, instead of jogging and exercising, I just, you know, walk briskly, just like so. Here is the African savannah. Whoa! Look at that. Look at that. So that there is a time I just walked and went. You see up there on those hills, I went past there, and I also went down until I reached an ostrich farm. One of these days I'll take you to that ostrich farm, where you have a lot of ostriches, a lot of them, I'm telling you. And you could even ride on one of them. That's when you know those are big animals, you know, I'm telling you. They are birds, but they are big. They're as good as a big animal. Yeah? So here you find antelopes, you find gazelles. Mostly when there is a lot of sun, when it is so dry like now. So you see the way it's becoming dry by the day. So when it dries out, you see these animals, they have to come even from the national park, because the national park is not so far from here. We're talking around 50-60 kilometers from where I am. So you find they could come, you know, looking for greener pastures. And that's what happens. Even the cows, the Maasai cows, they graze when it becomes so dry. When there's no grass, they move. The Maasai have to move with their cattle. They move so that they could make sure that their cattle survive during drought. Because I heard that sometimes you find that sometimes you find a situation whereby it takes like three good years. Yeah, people stay like 3 years without rainfall. You can imagine. And you know, the Maasais have cattle. That's why they are pastoralists, and you know, they are herdsmen, and they keep moving. They just keep moving and moving and moving. Now the soil here is cotton soil. Here what you have is cotton soil. Cotton soil is always good for agriculture, but what is lacking is water. I've gone to places here, and I'll take you where people are doing serious farming. People are planting, you know, people are farming onions. They are so, you know, they do so well here. You find a person with 10 acres of land and is doing drip irrigation, and he gets a lot of profits from the land. So don't see this land dry. This is cotton soil, one of the best when it comes to agriculture. So, and what you can see is that estates are coming up. If you see all those houses, those massive bungalows, even this one here, it tells you something. It tells you that people are, you know, moving away from congested cities like Nairobi, and they look for, you know, quieter and peaceful places like here, where the oxygen here, where the weather here, the oxygen and anything you breathe is pure, I'm telling you. Wow, look at that. And the views are heavenly, and the breeze is heavenly, I'm telling you, mind-blowing. The landscapes, look at those. Just look at those. Look at those. You can't believe it. And also, actually right now in Nairobi, you can't even buy land, because we are talking about, if you're gonna buy a piece of land, it goes into millions, like an eighth. You can't get anything less than 3 million. No, not in Nairobi actually. You're talking about the outskirts, places like Juja and the inner Kiambu areas. An eighth of a plot goes for 3 million. You can imagine 3 million, 3M. Yeah, but now here you still can get an eighth, that is 50 by 100 plot, with only 400,000, 400 to 600. You see, and the distance from here to Nairobi, you're talking about 75 kilometers. So what happens? Many people who feel that they no longer need to reside in congested places like Nairobi, they just come over and, you know, buy a piece of land, and those are the kind of developments you're seeing here. But then if you look at this estate where I started my vlog, you realize that it's a vast estate. Actually, it sits on I don't know, more than hundreds of acres of land. And you know, it was built in phases, and they are still building it, and it is carved, you see, in the middle of the African savannah. And there, down there, there's a school. I went to that school the other day when I was in the African savannah, and I did a video about a vibrant school in the African savannah. So in the middle of the African savannah, just go to my videos, you'll see a vibrant school in the middle of the African savannah, because it's a big institution, public institution that caters for kids in the African savannah, kids from the estate and kids from other nearby, because we have a lot of nearby estates. This place is developing so fast. It is developing so fast, as I told you, because many people are moving away from towns. People want to own their homes, you know, in a peaceful environment where they can, you know, raise their kids, you know, yeah, with ample spaces for playing. There is even a massive field here. I'll show you where kids can come and play. There is also another field that has turf. It has carpet in it. It's carpeted, you know. I did a video where I was invited by kids. I was invited by kids to go watch them play. I'm telling you, it was mind-blowing. Just go watch that video. It's on this channel, I'm telling you. It's on this Nabakon Safari. So mine is a travel channel. I walk and walk in those places. I like places like this, where no other YouTubers are going. So I'll be moving even to Tanzania. You'll see a lot of content from me. Just subscribe, you know, hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new videos, of which I'm doing weekly. You know, this is a fast growing channel, you know, and it will be one of the best travel channels. Believe me, you'll come back to this video. Thank you for subscribing and being among the first people to believe in my journey. So as I told you, I'm in the African savannah and I'm doing my morning walks here, and the estate looks so nice. Sasa it looks so nice. Yeah. Niaje boy? Unaendeleaje? Unafanya tu video kiasi hapa. So cheers eh? So I'm in the African savannah, and as you can see, I'm just walking in this estate, which is massive, you know, and as you can see, it consists of bungalows, yeah, and everybody is trying to, you know, to put a fence, a decent fence on their land, you know, to secure. But there are no incidents of robbery or crime here. No, zero. The place is so good. The place is so good. The place is so good. And I like doing these morning walks. Instead of jogging, I just walk very early in the morning here in the African village, in the African savannah. I record myself like this, just doing my morning walks here in the African savannah. Look at that. Look at those developments. People are working hard. The estate is, you know, growing and growing. Look, people are putting those perimeter walls. Huh? Look at that. When you give up, you lose. Saloonists, dreadlocks. I can tell you services are also coming up so fast. Huh? So this is a vibrant estate in the middle of the African savannah. So when I started my vlog, I went to the other side and I showed you that this estate actually is just in the middle, it's carved in the middle of the African savannah. So now I want to show you a water point where they dug a well, not even one, I think two, and what it does, it supplies water in all this estate. Yeah, you know, this estate has like 1,000 units, and you know, given we are in the African savannah where it is so dry, as I told you that rain is a scarcity. Rain is a scarcity here. So what happens is that this estate, even though it is in the middle of the African savannah, doesn't lack water. No, because they knew that for this estate to thrive, for people to live here, then they should find a solution for water. You see that? Those tanks? Are you seeing them tanks there? So this is a massive water point. A massive water point that serves 1,000, you know, because I hear there are more than 1,000 units here. Different types of houses. Yeah, look at that. So this section is just preserved for pumping water to the estate. You see? Look at it. This is a massive water point. You see, massive water point. And the tanks over there, you see those tanks, they pump, there is a pump. You see those houses, there is a pump which pumps water up to the tanks, and from there it is pumped to the houses, and so you don't lack water here. No, there is plenty in the middle of the African savannah. So that's why I'm telling you, this estate was well thought. And also electricity does not go overheads. Yeah, it runs beneath, you know, they dug down so that you won't see electric cables hanging. And that, you can see that one is a telecom mast. So the network here is also fantastic. Then just look at this, the bungalows here. Look at these massive bungalows. So nice, good design. Yeah? A gated community over here. So this is what you get in the middle of the African savannah. For those who want An easy, slow life, you know, kind of slow life, you know, peaceful, no noise, no pollution, birds chirping every morning. So peaceful here. Here you get these in the middle of the African savannah. Look at those again. Those are massive bungalows. And you see there's electricity, there's lighting, and as you can see, those people have Wi-Fi over here, electricity, ample, that kind of thing. Yeah. So let's proceed. So as I'm walking, you can see that is a mosque. Yeah. So this place, I think, is just secluded. It's a prayer area, I could say. Yeah. Kind of holy place, because you have the mosque there that caters for our brothers and sisters from the Muslim community, and that is a church. You can see back to back a mosque, a church, and another church, and there is another one. I don't know if it's an Anglican church, a very big permanent building on the other side. So people who want to go to church or mosque, they come here. And you know, the churches are not in the middle of the estate like it happens elsewhere, so that even if they sing and praise, they don't also interfere with the peaceful, you know, life of others, that kind of thing. So it was well thought out, so that they carved this area. I believe if you're an evangelist and you want to come over, there's still ample of land. You could talk to them and also put your church here. So mosque over there, and I can see they're continuing to, you know, to construct. I can see them building stones. I can see muram over here, and I can also see a lot of sand and ballast, meaning they want to expand this. Yeah, they are building. There's a construction over here, so they're expanding. And because the estate is growing, many people are coming, so that you find even what you thought and, you know, constructed a mosque or a church, you find like when people are coming, and in droves, I'm telling you, people are discovering these places and they are coming. People don't want to live in congested areas. People don't want to live in congested areas. My goodness, whoa, look again. I am in the middle of the African savannah. You see? So like, this is the estate over here. This is the mosque, this is the churches, and now you see this is the West African savannah. So that if I just continue walking straight like this, and if I have the energy and the power, I could find myself in Namanga. I could find myself in Tanzania at the border and cross, go to that place. I tell them, habari yenu, namna gani, mmeshinda vipi, you know, that kind of Kiswahili. You know, those guys, they are good in Swahili. And here in Kenya, we decided to okay. The colonial master seems to have a lot of influence on us Kenyans, so that we are talking English as if we are Englishmen. And this thing, we normally say, ikitu ilikuja na meli, meaning English came with a ship. So even if my pronunciation is not good, you do bear with me. Because you see, I just mix. I don't know, sometimes I talk American English, sometimes I talk British English, sometimes I talk Kenyan English, sometimes I talk my Luya, because I'm a Luya from here, Kenya, with a Luya accent. So do bear with me. Now, what I want to show you is that, you see that place, you see a lot of bricks. Let me just come near so that you can see. You see this place here? My GoPro went out of power, but you see I have the Vortex. I'm using the latest GoPro. I'm privileged to be using the latest GoPro 13. So what happens when there's no power, you just insert the Vortex and, you know, you're back in action. So I was telling you, if you look this place, you'll see a lot of bricks over here. Now this place, I hear, when this estate started, when they initiated this project, instead of buying bricks and sand, and you know it's kind of very expensive, what they did, they put this place here, and this is the place where they manufactured all the bricks that built those 1,000 units. So it's kind of like a workshop where they create the bricks. That's why when you walk here, you see a lot of bricks. You see a lot of bricks. So that was kind of cost saving, because, you know, buying these things is rather very expensive. So what they did, they decided to put up this place. Habari yenu? Poa sana. Thanks. So, as you can see, people are working very early in the morning. That's what happens here. So you see, all these bricks were built and they are still building, and as you can see, there are more because there is another section of the estate that they want to build down there. So what happens is that they are building everywhere. They are building, you see, all these bricks. Instead of buying them, they manufactured them through that workshop over there. You can see that iron sheet workshop over there. They produce lots of bricks. That means it brought the cost of constructing this estate to the minimum, so that the people who were first buyers here, they were buying these houses so affordably, and that, you know, made many people to move here. And I understand that very many people from the diaspora have houses here. Some have not even come to see them, but they're just still there because nobody here will take your unit. So many people purchased these houses here. They purchased these houses, and as you can see, even roofing tiles. My goodness, they made even roofing tiles. So that meant that the cost of construction was put to the minimum, yeah, utilizing the resources that they had. And you know, in the middle of the African savannah, they achieved an estate that was so wonderful, an estate with more than 1,000 units, and they still want to do another phase. Yeah, look, this is it. Look at this. And as you can see the other side, you can see Masai cows in plenty because we are still in Masai area. You see, this is the workshop. You might think it's abandoned, but when there is a project, it becomes live with activity. Yeah, you see, all these are roofing tiles. All these massive roofing tiles. So many roofing tiles over here. All these, and interesting, they were manufactured here in this estate. Yeah, so that instead of buying, it was kind of easy, you know. You just come, make them over here. You see, all these are roofing tiles. You can see, and they are just good. They are just, a lot of them, they are here. There are so many, even the other side. So, and this is the workshop. I can just pass through this workshop so you can see. So this is, you see, even the ballast was being made from here. So this is a complete workshop. A complete workshop. This one here. Complete. Full complete. And as you can see, the Maasais are herding them kettles. You can see all those cows. And I'm telling you, the Maasais do own lots and lots of cows. Look at all those cows. Look at this. And you can see them run over there. I'm trying to wave. Yeah, Sasa! Good. Yeah, I was just waving to him. You know, they are so friendly. Very nice people. Look at these. These are bricks. And they are hollow bricks, you know. Yeah, look at this. Massive. And construction is ongoing. You see, in Kenya, Nairobi is congested. Now what is happening, many people are moving in the outer areas, you know, the suburbs, even the suburbs like Zimmerman and that kind of thing. You can watch my video where I went and visited the Zimmerman estate. So what I'm saying, people are moving from congested areas, and the government has also realized. So they have these metropolis or cosmopolitan idea where they want to connect the city with places like this. Yeah, with the train transport, you know, so that commuter transport, so that it could be very easy for people actually to commute from these places to Nairobi and other places. So that kind of connectivity will make people to come instead of getting congested in Nairobi, you know, where it is also, it becomes now so difficult actually to raise kids, and you know, for kids to concentrate with education. They could come over these places, yeah, have a decent livelihood, a very good house, because there is ample supply of water. Yeah, you can call it water, that kind of thing. And at the same time, there is electricity. Yeah, the area is on grid, off grid, on grid, I'm telling you. Yeah, and as you can see, even people have compounds here. My goodness. So now I want to show you something. This one here is a field Yeah, you see, here in the African savannah, we have lots of universities, like a lot of universities like MUA and many others, KAG. I'll show you those universities. So they come and play sports here because there is a field. This place is just secluded and carved out for kids to play. So that up there I showed you, it's a prayer area, churches and mosques and whatever religion you want to come with it here, you'll be given a space there. You agree with them. But then again, now when it comes to sports, you don't play in the estate. There is this place over here, and there is also a small area in the estate where kids play, and it's carpeted. I did a video on this channel. My videos are here. Just go watch that video where I'm invited by kids to watch them play football. You'll see what I mean. So that kind of thing. Look at this. This is a pitch. These are the goalposts over here, and I'll come here one of the evening. You'll see those universities. You see a lot of kids playing here. There's also teams, football teams inside here. So when you come, you will find them here. You will find them here definitely. So this is the goalpost over here. You see, even rugby, I think that's for rugby. See, this is the goalpost, and the other one is over there. So now, quite interesting. This area is secluded for sports. So you could play rugby here, you could play football, and I'm telling you, it's getting hot in the African savannah. It's getting hot because the sun here, I'm telling you, you see, the sun does not disappoint here. Here, if you come here and you don't use sunscreen, my friend, you get these burns. Like me, you get these burns. Yeah, the sunburns. So down here you have the bungalow, the mansions. So this is another section of the estate where they've started building mansions over here. Massive houses, Yeah, for those with some deep pockets. Instead of taking those smaller units over there, they could come here and get a mansion. As you can see, construction is going on. Like that house over there, you could see the construction is ongoing. Then you have these other ones, even like from there, people are inside. That one is complete, that one is complete, that one is complete, that one is almost, that one is almost, and that one is complete. Another one is continuing. So guys, I think I've shown you this estate. Yeah, I've shown you this estate, and it is carved in the middle of the African savannah, and it's a vibrant estate with all the amenities. And so I like doing my morning walks here in the African savannah. You just hear birds chirping, and as you can see, you have your peace of mind. You just walk, nobody's disturbing you, there's no noise, no pollution, and the breeze here is heavenly. Yeah, so in front of me, that is the church I was telling you. I don't know if it's Anglican church, that kind of thing, but that area is secluded for worshiping. So it's a worship center. And the trees you find over here are the cactus tree, acacia tree, I mean. These acacia trees, they are so good. These acacia trees are so good. These ones here, they are so good, these acacia trees, for this environment, because this place, as I told you, does not receive a lot of sunshine. So what happens with such an area, a lot of rainfall. So the rainfall that is here cannot support trees and even vegetation. So what happens is that here, for people who are farming, they use irrigation. Most people are doing drip irrigation, and also like in the estate, I've shown you the water point. So they dig wells and they get water. But you see, you cannot dig wells and supply water to trees like this. So what happens? These acacia trees, and they are so thorny. You see, they are thorny. These acacia trees are the best because they can survive in any environment. They don't require a lot of rain. They could survive even without water. So when it rains once in a while, they are good to go. Yeah? So remember to subscribe, and like this video, share with your friends, and also leave a comment of what you think about the cosmopolitan area, moving away from cities, trying to establish yourself in places like this. Let me know what you think about it. If you also own a place here in this estate, or you're in the diaspora and you're thinking about coming to this place, let me see and hear your thoughts about this in the comment section. I do read all the comment section, and I try as much as possible to reply to your comments, because you see, feedback is also very, very important when I'm doing my videos, so that I can know what I should do next. Should know where to improve, should know what you want to see, that kind of thing. So just keep talking to me, and I'll do my best to keep bringing you content, yeah, content that you wouldn't find anywhere. Just walk and rap throughout like this, non-stop, guys. I've been talking almost 30 minutes. Just imagine just rambling for 30 minutes without talking to anybody, just talking to you guys and showcasing places that I go. That's what you get with Nabakon Safari. You get that from nowhere, as I can assure you. And this channel is going to be one of the biggest travel channels, and we're gonna turn the world upside down. Whoa!